are here with Herb Snitzer. Herb Snitzer is a world-renowned photojournalist who has been everywhere, done everything, and you've seen his work on multiple magazines, and he is also our Creative of the Week, and we have him here with us. Welcome.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Here's what we need. We need you, next time you take a photograph,
to have this in the photograph
with a nice cup of coffee in there.
Well, thank you very much.
All right, so that's the Creative of the Week.
Best.
Congratulations.
I'll do my best.
It's an honor that only 52 people a year, actually 50 people a year, because we don't do a whole Thanksgiving and a New Year's thing there, right?
Yeah, or Christmas.
Christmas. So only 49 other people share that cherished mug.
I'm honored.
So, Herb, you started out up north being a photojournalist. 50 years ago. I don't want to put years on you.
50 years? You've been doing this for 50 years?
Ago.
That's right, 50 years.
No kidding.
What was your very...
You look shocked.
No, I do, because, well, no.
You look 40, that's why.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, 50 years is a long time.
Yes, it is.
The
business
has changed. The technology has changed. We want to get into all that stuff, but just tell us a little bit how you started.
Yeah,
what was your first gig?
Did your parents give you a camera when you were 5?
Yeah,
No, but I started to get involved with photography. I was an art college graduate.
Okay.
And when I was in the military during the Korean War, I got involved that far back.
Okay.
I got involved with photography. I went back to school, got my degree, and then moved to New York. The day after I graduated from the Philadelphia College of Art, I moved to New York City and started
what better
working.
Place to do it, right?
Yeah, started working for magazines, and I wanted to be a Life magazine photographer, and I was able to do that.
And you were.
And I was.
And you were.
But most people spend their whole life trying to become a Life photographer.
Mm-hmm.
You became a Life photographer and then have done many other things since then, right?
That's true.
So, that's like super success.
Well, it was. I was a pretty young guy, and it was very exciting to be what I call the nerve of my generation. So
not only the nerve, but people want to be like you now. People will say, I want to be like Herb. Don't you think? I mean, because you're well known.
Well, I've had young people come to my studio and talk in those terms. They don't exactly use those words, but the sense is that they are
want to emulate
taken
you.
aback by
Right.
what I've done over the years and in and out of the photographic world.
When people talk to you and they admire your work and they look at it, would you consider your body of work a photojournalism of people or places, of architecture, what was your
I was basically
subject?
a photojournalist of people.
Of people. Okay,
Yeah, I mean the photographs in back of me,
which
I
are
think
amazing,
represent my involvement with folks.
The Tugboat Man. Tell us about Tugboat Man, just out of curiosity.
Well, I spent a weekend on a tugboat, and it's interesting. When I was in the military, I thought I heard every curse word going, but spending that weekend on the tugboat, that was a whole new experience.
The guy doesn't have any pants on.
No, those
are
his shorts. Well, he lived on the tugboat all the time. That was his gig, and they had showers, so...
Herb, in about 90 seconds, can you walk us through your life, how you started out, what you worked on? I mean, just summarize it, and then I think we're going to take a break and then come back and go into more detail about you. So can you if you had to give your biography in 90 seconds, what would you say?
It's like writing my own obituary.
Yes.
I started off as a journalist in New York City. I was basically a photojournalist. I worked for all of the major magazines and newspapers.
And some of those were, name some of them.
Life, Look, Saturday Evening Post, Fortune, Time.
Saturday Evening Post. I don't know.
All of them.
Yeah, the Herald, Tribune, the New York Times, Sunday Magazine. I had a lot of wonderful assignments from the New York Times, my most notable being spending a week with Betty Davis and Tennessee Williams.
Oh, no, that's not bad, huh?
I spent 7 years living right in New York City, and then my life was transformed by a man by the name of A.S. Neal, who was a very famous English educator, and I spent the next 20 years working as a alternative school educator.
Wow.
I left the photographic world for about 20 years and then returned, worked for Polaroid Corporation. for a couple of years. Worst job I ever had. And,
they won't watch this.
And then I moved down here in '92 and worked as a fine art photographer ever since. And I show my work all over the world.